Senator Schatz was going to get up and speak right away, but I want to do a little quiz. There are only 2 states in the United States that have both a Jewish governor and a Jewish senator. And they're not New York, New Jersey, Florida, or California. They are Colorado and Hawaii. It is a pleasure to have Senator Brian Schatz, the senior senator from Hawaii, another of my home states, one of 9 Jewish senators, join us today. I could say a lot about Senator Schatz, but he's eager to speak, and so I want to welcome him back to this celebration of Jewish American heritage, Senator Brian Schatz.
Good afternoon, everybody. It really is an honor to be here with all of you as we celebrate Jewish American Heritage Month, and I want to especially congratulate today's honorees, Malcolm Hoenlein and Eric Gertler, on their well-deserved recognition for their contributions. Of course, this year's gathering is not like previous years. In the wake of the worst attack on Jews since the Holocaust, people mourn the loss of family and friends. Others are languishing, wondering if and when their mothers and brothers and neighbors being held hostage will come home again. And here at home and around the world, Jews are watching the rise of anti-Semitism, the hardening of rhetoric, and the flattening of the debate. We are understandably in pain and on edge. So this year is different, but what is also true is that Jewishness and Jewish heritage are not questions primarily of foreign policy. They're not questions of politics or geopolitics, left or right. What makes us Jews, what binds us all in this room together, is our shared values. I was lucky enough to grow up in a home where my parents embodied values like tikkun olam, and instilled in my brothers and me a powerful idea that everybody has an obligation to try to improve things around them in whatever way is possible. Where do you start? Wherever you are. What do you use? Whatever you have. 8 years before I was born in 1965, my dad, Dr. Irv Schatz, for some of you, Itzy Schatz, read an article in a medical journal that stopped him in his tracks. It was about a study which later came to be known as the infamous Tuskegee experiment, in which researchers deliberately withheld treatment for poor black sharecroppers with late-stage syphilis. My dad was outraged. How could these scientists abandon the first principle, to do no harm? And so he wrote to them, the United States Public Health Service, becoming one of the first people in the country to speak out against this injustice. And it was not without risk. He was a junior doctor, just a few years out of medical school, and the consequences could have been severe. But he did it anyway, because he felt a duty to do so. Of course, there have been so many extraordinary Jewish leaders over the years who've demonstrated those values and bettered their communities and their countries in ways big and small, seen and unseen, because of it. This month is a chance to celebrate them, to reflect on our contributions, and recommit ourselves to doing our part. And perhaps because, rather than in spite of all the ongoing unrest and division, remembering our purpose and striving to make the world a little bit better is that much more important. Thank you very much for this honor.